The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says when the scientists went out and sampled the thinking of the people, they saw that in the year 8,400 of this present cycle, a man would be born named Yakub, born with a determined idea to make a new people on this earth, a new people that would be strange and different from any people that had ever been on this planet before. And that this people that he would make would rule with a contrary civilization that would wreak havoc on the earth. And when they brought their findings back to Allah, the judge, he looked at it. He could have said, we don't want this. He said, let it be. Why are you going to allow all this suffering? Because it's going to manifest human nature to its fullest, and it will test the people under evil to see whether evil is as productive in their lives as good. So that at the end of this experiment, each of them will know that evil is not the way that they should go, but you must choose righteousness. And the only way you will choose righteousness voluntarily is that you must suffer enough under evil. But the evil that you see in operation, ultimately you must come to know that it springs from yourself. And then not only will you call for the destruction of this evil world, but you will call for the destruction of the evil in yourself that this is the manifestation of. Then you are ready to be made whole, perfect. Yakub was not wicked. Yakub was born with a determined idea. Stop right there. Determined, past participle. If he was born, he didn't determine the idea. So the man had nothing to do with it. So what the hell you blaming Yakub for? Somebody bigger than Yakub had determined that he was the one to be born out of the dissatisfaction of the masses. 30% of them were dissatisfied, to bring about a change that would affect the entire earth. So a child was born genetically prepared to do a work that would shake the entire world. His name was Yakub, a black scientist. And that young boy at 6 years old saw, as he was playing in the sand with two pieces of metal, he saw one attracting the other under its power. And he said, when I grow up, I'm going to make a people unalike, who will attract the original and rule it. Before he was 18 years old, or at 18, he finished all the schools of his day. And he studied biology, genetics. And he discovered in the germ of the black man that he could produce color. We don't call you colored. We call you black, the essence of all color. And at one time there was no brown.
All right. That's right.
There was no red.
All right.
There was no yellow. There was just us, the original people. Now you say, well, I don't believe that. How old are the Chinese? Tell me what their calendars say. How old are the Japanese? Tell me what their calendars say. They're not but a little over 6,000 years old. The Indian, the people that you call Indians, they are not the brown man. They're not the yellow man. They are the so-called red man, but they're not red. They're original people. They predated all these other races on the earth, they and us are original people. Well, how long have we been here? Well, we don't have no calendar. You don't go among the Indians and ask them, where's your calendar giving us your birth? He said, I don't know. I just been here. With the earth, with Mother Earth and Father Sky. I just been here. Where's your birth record, black man? I don't know. Nothing about no birth record for me ever since I came into consciousness. I was here, and before me there was me. The sun don't show my beginning because I am a people that was before there was a sun. Before there was a moon and a star, I, the black man, was. And I am, and I shall be. There's no end to me. I am from the beginning, from God. I am his first act of creation. But I was imperfect. And he put me in the process of perfection. Therefore, I had to experience everything of myself to have a complete and thorough knowledge of myself. Because only when I know myself perfectly and completely can I be made whole, and from me a perfect heaven, a new heaven, and a new earth that have no ending will come into existence, but I must be made perfect. So Allah said that in the beginning, that I would be perfect, we would be perfect, but we didn't know the process. There was a lot of pain involved, a lot of death involved, but all of that death served the process of life because it gave us a greater knowledge of truth and understanding of self and understanding of God. And so in the Quran, listen Muslims, God is talking to the angels.
Yes, he is.
And he said to the angels, I'm going to place a ruler in the earth.
Yes, sir.
And the angels start talking back to God. What are you going to place in it except that which will create mischief and cause the shedding of blood? We extol your holiness. We know you're holy. We know you're righteous. But why would you do a thing like this? He said, I know what you know not, let it be. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said a white man was grafted from you. Listen, black man, I ain't got time to mock no other human being. I just want you to know what came from yourself. So you know what's in you. A beast came from you because there's a beast in you that you got to get under control. But the white man is the manifestation of all the crap that ever was in you. And in me. You're looking at it walking around now. It got flesh and form. And it give you hell. Because that evil of yourself gives you hell. God wanted you to see evil from yourself in a living form. Then he would put your true nature to sleep, to allow the weaker part of yourself to dominate you, to show you why you must gain control of the weakness of yourself, so that in getting control of the weakness of yourself, you've already conquered the white man, because he came from the weakness of you. Yakub made him, and I mean he made him. Grafted him out of us, starting with the brown and the yellow, then the white. Every one of them, he made them liars and murderers. So the white man is born a liar. He's born to murder. He's got a propensity to murder. He asks himself the question, why do I kill like this? I'm not like any other species, any animal. The animals kill because they're hungry. I kill for the love of killing. So the Bible calls him the blood shedder. He don't care nothing about life.
No, sir.
He's the destroyer of life. I'm talking about the Caucasian.
Yes, sir.
The prophets came to him, he killed them.
That's right. That's right.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, he's the real devil of your Bible. But he's the devil that didn't come out of space. Came out of you. Let me talk about this devil a minute. Look, man. What I'm trying to get you to see is not something to hate white people. Right. That's not the point of this lecture.
No, sir.
point is that the Quran says, I created color. This is God talking. I gave you your different hues. See, he's telling you, my hand is over Yakub's. My mind is over his. I wanted you to see that as I produce color in the plants, and I produce color in the flowers, and I produce color in the rocks, I can produce color in life, in human life, but I have to bring it from an original source, and you are the source from which all human beings of color came. But he didn't bring them out of you for you to masquerade superiority or for them to walk around inferior. He says, I made you into tribes and families that you may know one another. See, God puts knowledge above it all. Yes, it's painful. Hell yeah, it's painful. But there's no price too much to pay for knowledge. The more you know, the stronger you are. The more you understand, the more power you can extract from what you know. Then there is no barrier before you become God. The thing that impedes you from growing to God is the impediment of your lack of knowledge. Therefore, when God introduces himself in the Quran, he says, Alif Lam Mim, I am the best knower. You want to come to me? Come up in knowledge, but there's a price you got to pay.